Hey there, Nancy Drew Clue Crew. I'm Arglefumph. This is a death percent speedrun for Nancy Drew, Phantom of Venice. It's actually two death percent speedruns. I've got two of them going at the same time. You're hearing the one that's on the left-hand side, because that's my better speedrun. In that speedrun, I get the death scene in Fango's office. The one in the upper right is the death scene with the bees. The two of them are going to be mostly the same for like the first 3 minutes. That's just the way this game works, is first 3 or 4 minutes are going to be the same pretty much no matter what you do. And you'll get to see the difference between the two of them here, because the one on the right is going to be slightly faster when it comes to leaving the car. That's how you start the speedrun. You want to leave the car. That forces you into a conversation with Colin, but for whatever reason, the one on the right clicks slightly faster.
Hello, you must be the American Margherita mentioned.
That's one of the weird things about doing speedruns, is that sometimes you're a little bit faster and then sometimes you're a little bit slower, even though it feels like it's the exact same to you. All I did was click 5 times in a row. I didn't really have to move the mouse or anything. It's not like it's difficult navigation, it's just you're going forward in a straight line. And yet still, you know, I've got like a difference between these two runs. It's less than half a second, yeah, but it's still like noticeable when you see them side to side. So, yeah, speedrunning is weird. That's why I'm saying. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the run here. After we finish talking to Colin, we're going to go outside, we're going to meet Helena, and that's where the two runs are going to diverge. So the large screen is the Fango death scene. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the parcel for Nancy. That gives her the ATM card. I rush over to the ATM, and I get Nancy's spy assignment. It says you need to spy on Fango, and it gives you the pager. Then I'm going to go to Fango's office and see that it's locked. That will let me get the bobby pins inside Nancy's room. So then I go to Nancy's room, I get the bobby pins. I go back to Fango's, I use the bobby pins to open up the door to his office, and there's the death scene, because you get caught by Fango when you open the office while he's inside. So that's a death scene you can get pretty close to the start of the game. The other death scene, that's the one which is in the upper right, the smaller one, that is the bee death. What you do is you go to the marketplace, you use your dictionary on the sign that says "We buy flowers." Nancy knows you can sell flowers for money in this game. So then she runs back over here, and she goes to the roof, and Margherita talks to Nancy for a long time. That's the reason why I think the Fango death is faster than the bee death. It's just because Margherita talks to you for a long time. If there's a way to skip talking to Margherita, then the bee death would 100% be faster. So after you finish talking to Margherita, you go up to the bees, and then you get stung by the bees and die. You don't have, there's a spray at the market that you're supposed to buy. It's obviously faster if you don't buy the spray, because if you don't buy the spray, you don't have the bee puzzle. You just go straight to being stung by the bees, and then you die. And then Margherita talks again during that death scene, and she says an awful lot during that death scene, and that's why that's part of the reason why it takes so long.
We can talk more later.
But I did put the two videos side by side, just to really show off why I think this Fango death is a little bit faster than the bee death. But as you can see, I'm not doing perfect navigation, so it's possible that the bee death is still faster.
I'm Helena Berg. I'm Nancy Drew. Sorry for all the commotion when I came.
And this is about the moment when the two scenes are going to diverge. Alright, they already diverged a little bit. Colin shows different tesserae in his slideshow.
By the way, there's a parcel for you in the entryway. Ciao.
Alrighty, come on, here we go. So yeah, you know, my navigation isn't perfect on either run. Yeah, wow. Oh, okay. So yeah, the B run, it looks like it's faster the whole time, but trust me, once it gets to Margaritas, it's gonna be a lot slower. Navigation's not perfect there with the going forward, and I am gonna mess up the navigation when U-turning here. But you want to hit instructions and then back away. You grab the items, and you can click that button there to get rid of. And now I'm gonna mess up the U-turn. I like triple clicked by mistake. Actually, I double clicked by mistake. And then the inventory box gets in your way, which is sad. But yeah, oh man, I see the B video is talking to Margherita. Oh, I should mention, I am going to pause the video a little bit because of the save game. I saved my game and then reloaded. I think what you should do is like save, start the lock puzzle and then save and then reload. Because I had some trouble getting the tumbler set up. So it turns out there's only 4 different tumbler setups in Junior Detective mode, and like they're the same every single time. But for whatever reason, I had trouble during my practice run doing that. So I decided to do a save rather than, you know, rely on just... messed up with navigation getting away from there, too. I decided to rely on a save. Just because I had trouble with that during my practice run. That's all. That's all. So the clock is going to save. I mean, the timer is going to pause during the save. And Nancy is still talking to Margherita. So yeah, see, I'm saving my game, and then I'm going to load it. And then the timer automatically restarts. I paused both videos. I mean, I paused the B video during the timer pause. And here we go. Fango's done. Nancy got stung by bees, right? So the Fango death and the bee death are pretty much the same in terms of time, as you can see. But there we go. Margherita talked for a lot longer, as you saw there. So the second chance screen doesn't show up until much later. Okay, fine, like 5 seconds later, but still, that is a difference in time. That is a significant difference in time. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing me get to the first death of the game in Nancy Drew, Phantom of Venice. Both of the first deaths in the game. It takes about 7 minutes to reach either one.